Hello, I'm Rachel Jones for the Finance News Network. Joining me from Pantoro today is Managing Director Paul Cmrlec. Paul, welcome to FNN.
Thanks, Rachel. Nice to be here.
So first up, could we start with an introduction to your company?
Pantoro is a gold miner in Western Australia. We've got operations near Halls Creek in the Kimberley region. The mine's particularly high grade and we've enjoyed success over the last few years. We developed the mine in 2015 and we've rapidly grown the production to 55,000 ounces today. We're increasing that again to somewhere between 80 and 100,000 ounces per annum.
So let's talk about your Halls Creek projects. What can you tell me about the Nicholsons Mine?
Look, Nicholsons has been the mainstay for production since we commenced mining. So we developed an underground mine from an existing open pit that was mined back in the mid-1990s. It's proven to be a very high grade producer. Our average mill feed rate is between 7.5 and 8 grams per tonne. Typically we've experienced about 1,500 ounces per vertical metre, so it's a very rich mine and it's operated very successfully.
And what can you tell me about Whitetail?
Look, Whitetail's a new mine and heading into underground mining now. So we mined it as a series of open pits over the past year, finishing in last December. We're in the process now of establishing operations ready for underground mining later this month.
And what about your recent acquisitions?
Look, the recent acquisitions really represent our expansion into the region generally. We've got the only processing plant within 300 kilometres, so there's no other gold processing plants within the Kimberley region, and these new acquisitions really represent the opportunity to step outside of the Nicholsons resources, really build our resource and reserve base and ensure long-term operations at elevated production rates.
Thanks, Paul. Now to your exploration. What can you tell me about Western Reef?
Look, Western Reef is a historical mining area at Nicholsons, just like the Nicholsons Mine and the Whitetail mines were. It's been mined to very shallow depths, only sort of 5 metres below surface, and was backfilled by previous operators. The recent intersections that you see there at above 12 grams per tonne are all between 20 and 30 metres below surface, so there's a very good chance there that we can define some more open pits in the near term.
And Paddock Well?
Yeah, Paddock Well's similar again, so we've got an outcropping quartz vein on surface which is high grade. We've stepped outside and drilled some deeper holes there, 50 metres below surface, and we've had some very nice returns of a metre at 28 grams a tonne, 2 metres at 12.5 grams a tonne. So once again, there's really good potential there to define some more high grade resources to continue plant feed for the project overall.
And now let's talk about financials. Can you give me a snapshot of the company?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, really importantly, I think we paid all of the debt out early this month. So the company is now debt free. We're producing very profitably. Our all-in sustaining cost is sitting around $1,000 per ounce Australian, and that's resulted in good capital growth for our shareholders. We've got a market capitalisation at the moment of approximately $250 million.
And Paul, now to a more general question. What is the long-term ambition?
We continue to be focused on Nicholsons and the Halls Creek project and producing as much as we can at the highest profit margin out of there. Outside of that, we are looking at other acquisition opportunities in the future when we've got Nicholsons operating at the level that we believe is optimal. We'll certainly look at opportunities to grow our project portfolio overall.
And to the last question now, why should investors consider adding Pantoro to their portfolio?
Pantoro, despite the growth that we've seen recently in the share price, offers some outstanding value on most of the metrics, such as EV to free cash flow, EV to EBITDA. We're still sitting in the middle of the pack and sometimes below the middle of the pack. So as we increase that production going forward throughout this year, I expect our valuation to look very competitive compared to a number of the gold companies on the market, and our profit margins are very strong.
Paul Cmrlec, thank you very much for the update.
Thanks, Rachel. Nice to be here.